Welcome to this vinyasa class to balance out your energy. We all know that yoga makes a difference in our lives. So give yourself a pat on the back for rallying yourself to get on your mat today. Yoga is like fine tuning an instrument where you look at where you share your energy, notice if you're in balance, and create spaciousness in order to extend compassion to others. And we'll begin our class today in child's pose. In child's pose, get connected to your breath. Get connected to the ground beneath you. And let the pull of gravity ground down your body and your mind. And just taking full deep breaths here. Walk your hands off to the right side of your mat. The left hand can come on top of the right, relaxing the forehead down into the ground. And the side body is also known as your breathing body. So breathing into the ribs, breathing into the heart. Switch, working your hands over to the left, placing the right hand on top. Become aware of all the breathing room around you. Relaxing the body with these deep, full breaths. And bring your hands back to the top of your mat. And inhale, come up onto all fours into table. And so for your table, just take a moment and stack your joints, getting strong and long into your spine. And then with an inhale, you're going to start with the pelvis, start to drop the belly, lift the chest into cow pose. And then exhale, round the spine for cat. And moving meditation here as you inhale, dropping the belly, arching the spine, creating cow pose. And then exhale, again, rounding the spine, separating the shoulder blades into cat. Just once more here, inhale. And exhale. And coming into your neutral spine, we'll curl the toes under and send the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. This first downward facing dog, connecting the hands and feet to the earth as you pull up into the low belly. And here, close your eyes and begin to visualize where you want to bring your energy into your body. And then bringing and visualizing the energy into the first chakra, from the base of the spine, all the way down the legs into the feet. And just keeping your attention here. And blinking the eyes open. We'll take the gaze from point A at the back of the mat to point B at the top of the mat and roll forward into plank pose. So firm yourself up in this plank pose. Keep taking a deep breath in. With a deep breath out. Squeezing the quadriceps and the heels to the back of your mat. Keep breathing, staying focused on your lower body. You will lower the knees to the mat and lower the chest all the way down onto the ground. Get the hands under the shoulders as the elbows pin into the ribs. Feet press down into the ground. Inhale, lift up, cobra pose. And exhale, lower down. And take another like that. Inhale, lift up into cobra pose, maybe a little bit more this time. And exhale, lower down. Okay, one more little cobra here. Inhale, cobra, lift up, open the chest. And exhale, lower and lengthen. And pressing up through table. Curl the toes under, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And inhale. Exhale. And take your hands and walk the hands to the back of your mat into a forward fold. The hands come to the feet. And lift up all 10 toes and spread the toes so they're gapped here. And connecting the center of the heel down to the ground and the big toe mound down into the ground. And pressing the feet into the floor. Inhale, lift up and lengthen for a half lift. You can keep your toes lifted and spread. Exhale, fold forward and relax the toes down. Pressing the feet down, rebound, inhale, rise up, extended mountain fold. Reach up, look up, and exhale, the hands into the heart. And arms down by your side for Tadasana. In Tadasana, this first chakra that we're focusing on here in the feet. Feet pressing down. You start to walk to the front of your mat. As you come to the top of your mat, inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. And exhale, hands to heart center, fold forward. And take a half lift, inhale. Plant your hands and lunge your left foot to the back of your mat. And lower at the hips and lift the chest as you look up. And keeping that back hamstring strong, pressing to the ceiling. And plant the hands, step it back into plank pose. Squeeze the inner thighs together, inhale. Lower halfway, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. From the base of the spine to the feet, breathing deep. And staying connected to the earth, staying connected to your breath. In these deep breaths, rewiring the brain, the nervous system. And step your left foot to the top of your mat as you lower the hips and look up. Inhale. And exhale, step your back foot to the top of your mat and fold forward. And take a half lift, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Good to rise, inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. And take a half lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step left foot, follow it with the right foot into plank pose. Hinge the shoulders over the wrists, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest upward facing dog. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Just taking a few cleansing breaths. If your breath got out of rhythm, just bringing it back. And letting the magnetic force of gravity pull any restlessness out of the body. And step your right foot forward between the hands. Rise up into your crescent lunge. The crescent lunge, use your balance here, your positioning, your breath. Coming right into balance, into alignment. It's strong in the legs, so take the hands into the heart and shift forward into airplane pose. And the arms come alongside the body. Get strong in the standing leg as well as the back leg. And we may not have the strongest roots, right? But we know that we are capable, that we are worthy. And bring both feet to the top of your mat and reach the arms up to the sky. Extended mountain pose. And exhale the hands into the heart. Step your right foot back, coming into crescent lunge. It's a crescent lunge, left side. You're lowering into that back hip flexor as we reach the arms up. And hands into the heart. Shift forward into airplane pose. And noticing any differences in the side. They falling out, coming back in. Really just commit to doing your best here. A deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring both feet to touch and fold forward at the waist. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Step left foot followed by right foot to plank. Lower halfway, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, bringing your attention now from the first energy center into the second, into the pelvis, into the hips. If this element here relates to water, to fluidity. So we're going to move very fluid with our focus on the hips here. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Ground down your back foot, rise up into warrior one. Open up, warrior two. In warrior two, again, focusing the attention in the hips. And almost like you could breathe from the hips all the way to the crown of the head and then back down. Imagining like a hairbrush coming through that midline of the body. Getting out any knots. The breath's so powerful, such a powerful tool here for the mind and body. And then flip your front palm in reverse into peaceful warrior. You can rest the left hand on the left leg or maybe take a little bind with the hand into that little hip crease. And work your way back into warrior two, straightening the right leg, reaching forward and down into your triangle. And breathing into the hips, both sides of the torso strong and long. Inhale and exhale. Bending into your front knee, rise up into warrior two. We'll take the hands to the hips and step your back foot in as if you were coming into pyramid. So you can step that back foot in and square off your hips. And we'll set up into eagle pose on the left side. So wrap your left leg around the right leg and the left arm around the right arm. And sit low into the hips, keeping the spine long. Right, our energy can get stored in the hips as well as our history. We want to breathe into the center. Drishti focus. Breath deep and full. And this unwinding from eagle, reaching the arms to the sky. Inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Lift up halfway, inhale. Hands plant, step back into plank pose. And clearing out with a vinyasa, lowering to low plank. Inhaling into upward dog. And exhaling, hips back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step your left foot forward between the hands. Ground the back foot down, rise up, warrior one. We're still focusing here on that second chakra, into the hips. You're squaring the hips in warrior one and then opening them up for warrior two. And keeping that pelvis in line with the front knee, flip the front palm and reverse into peaceful warrior. Taking it through warrior two into triangle. As the left leg straightens, you'll send your hips to the wall behind you and reach forward and then down. Create that spaciousness in the body. Stay connected to the feet as you breathe into the hips. And then rise up, warrior two. Hands to the hips as we step the back foot in. Almost like we're coming into pyramid. We're just here for a moment as we square the hips to the front. Bend into your front knee. Wrap the right leg into eagle. Right leg around the left. This time, right arm underneath the left arm. An eye of an eagle here, really focus. And then winding feet to the floor. Stretch the arms to the sky, inhale. And hands to the heart, exhale. And then sit the hips low into a chair pose. So see if you can brush your fingertips right onto the mat so you get the hips really low. And then arms reach up. And now bringing the attention into the third chakra. Right, our energy, or where we store our self-confidence, right here in the belly. So focusing here and then just really letting go of what anyone else thinks. That's really strong in the center. It's just knowing that you're worthy. And taking the hands into the heart, we'll twist over to the right. So find the left elbow to hook onto the thigh and press the hands into the heart. In each inhale, you want to see if you can gain some length in the spine. And in each exhale, continue to draw the low belly in. So focus on the abdomen and rinse out. Go ahead, open up the arms and the left fingertips to the floor. Stretch your right arm up. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward, release. Go ahead, toe heel your feet about hip width apart. Take a deep bend into the knees as you rest the chest on the thighs and grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. Let your ears hang right between the biceps. Maybe sway out. Keeping the low belly drawing up and in so the upper body can just hang. And get connected to your core. Keep that strong sense of self. And releasing the hands down to the ground. Toe heel your feet back to touch. Take a half lift, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to the heart. This time we twist off to the left, finding the right elbow to hook. Yeah, twist so good for our abdominal and our intestines. Just sending that fresh oxygenated blood right into those internal organs. And after a few breaths, start to open up. Sending the right hand down this time, reaching the left arm up. Continue to squeeze the shoulder blades into the back. And then release, come into your fold. And take a half lift, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, hands into the heart. And sit back into chair pose. We're here just for a moment. We'll set up into a standing figure four. Take your hands to your heart. And we'll take the right ankle and hook it over the left thigh. So you want to stay low here in the hips. And keeping your chest lifted. We'll take a twist. So you can bring like the right outside of your hand into the foot and open up through that left hand. Okay, so that's option one. If you want a deeper variation of the twist, and hopefully I don't fall out, I'll bring my elbow into the foot. And you can even open up the hand here as well, so just see how that feels. And so play with any variation of this twist. Don't be afraid to fall out. Don't want to blend in here. You want to stand on our own strength. And then we'll take hands into the heart. Come up to stand and just grab both hands with the knee. Here, grab the knee with both hands. And then left hand to the right knee. As you start to stretch your right hand behind you into this opposite handed knee twist. You take a breath in, lift up. Exhale, twist a little deeper, looking over your right shoulder. Another inhale. And exhale. Then bring both hands to the hip and both feet down to the ground. And just go ahead and shake that out. Coming back into chair. Big smile. Hands to the heart, standing figure four, left side. So cross the ankle, over the thigh. And you're in like the single leg squat. And begin your twist. Hand to foot, twist, or maybe elbow to foot. We'll come all the way back to center. Hugging the knee into the chest. Knee catching your balance. Right hand to left knee. Start to reach behind you. Twisting right at the torso, right at the mid part of your back. One more breath here. Hands to the hips. Both feet to the ground. Take a breath in, reach up. And exhale, swan dive. Arms out to the side and down to the ground. Lift up halfway, inhale. Hands plant, step back into downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale, roll forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way onto your back. So moving up into our heart center. And we're going to come into some back bends. We come with a strong back to open up the heart. Beginning with locust, flip your palms to the floor as well as your forehead to the floor. Squeeze the legs together. And then inhale, use the strength of the back body to open up the front. Right, each inhale, challenge yourself to lift up a little higher. And each exhale, stay right where you are. Inhale, lift. Exhale, keep it. Another one here, inhale. And then exhale, lower. We'll release the right cheek to the mat. Bringing the forehead to the ground. We'll take the hands to interlace at the low back. Squeeze the ankles together. Inhale, lift up, locust number 2. Now use your breath here, breathing into any congestion around the heart, any areas that may be hard to love or hard to forgive. And creating this bandwidth. We have to love more. And lower down, opposite cheek to the mat. We'll bend the knees and just windshield wiper the feet side to side. And go ahead and grab either for the back of the feet or for the ankles. As you knock the knees together, we'll set up floor bow. Press the ankles back, activate into the feet. Yeah, and just go for it. You commit to your best. You're stepping up to your edge in the pose. And then release down. Slide your hands under the shoulders. Press up to table. And then just swing your legs around. Come onto your back as we set up into bridge. And just flip onto your back. Continuing to keep the focus on the heart with these back bends. Pressing the feet down, lifting the hips. And take your hands to interlace, tuck the right shoulder underneath the body and the left. Take the hands, the forearms press down to lift a little higher. And just bringing your attention into your heart, you can close the eyes. Imagine you're breathing in and out through the heart center. And sending love into yourself, all the hard work you've done. And releasing the hands, lower down one vertebra at a time. Send the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide. Just take both hands onto the heart and close the eyes. And taking your hands now to the knees and closing your knees like a book into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And straighten both legs to the ceiling. Setting up into a hip stand. Get the legs as straight as you can with the feet dorsiflex. And even that pinky toe making its way back to the shins. Now bringing your attention into your fifth chakra here, the throat. Maybe this is also the jaw, and the ears. You can open up the mouth, maybe wiggle the jaw out a little side to side. Take out the tongue. And then eventually landing into stillness and listening. And so we were built to listen. We have 2 ears and only 1 mouth. And taking the knees into the chest. Roll off to one side, coming up into a seat. I'm going to finish up the next couple of chakras for some simple poses. He's heading up into Paschimottanasana, both legs out straight. And taking the arms to stretch up to the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in. And then exhale and fold right at the hips into your seated forward fold. And moving the attention from the throat now into the forehead center, to the third eye. You can allow the eyes to close. And breathing deep here to stimulate and relax the brain. This intuition is part of us that we're not always able to explain. We have this inner knowing. Slowly making your way back up into a seat. And we're going to make our way onto our back, setting up into Shavasana. So Shavasana is the 7th chakra, even at the top of the head. And this is known as like a consciousness. There's no words for it. Oneness. Allow yourself to just be and receive the benefits of your practice. Blink your eyes open. Just noticing the balance that you've created in your body. And the alignment in the mind. And I'll take the knees into the chest. And again, just giving yourself a silent acknowledgement for not only coming onto your mat, but also committing to the practice of getting all the way to the end. And just roll to one side and press yourself up into a seat for meditation. Taking both hands into the heart. And scale class with a single Om. Taking a breath in. Bring the thumbs to the third eye. Namaste. So thank you, Yogi, so much for joining me today. Hope to see you soon.